Happy Saturday, everybody. Let's see where we're sitting. We'll sit in a comfortable seat. Sit cross-legged or any other variation that kind of you can sit in for quite a while. Not quite a while, but for at least 2 minutes, which could be quite a while for some of us. And if you can sit cross-legged, just cross your ankles and your heels go towards the knees rather than just crossing at the ankles alone. Place your hands on top of your thighs, change your watches, get yourself set. And close your eyes. Press your shoulders down. And just start to fill up the belly, ribs, and chest with prana, with energy, with life force. I'm pressing the hands down on my thighs, just giving a little bit more pressure towards the thighs opening. You can also put blocks underneath your knees or underneath your seat or blankets, towels. Bring the length between the ears and the shoulders as you press your arms down. There's a little bit of action going on through the arms. Lift your heart, expand your chest, broaden through your collarbones. Fill up completely belly, ribs, and chest. And then keeping the legs as they are, bring your hands to your heart center, touch the thumbs to the heart, and allow your chin to gently drop towards your hands. And maybe set an intention here, a thought, a desire, a mantra. And take that with you through the entire practice and hopefully through the entire day. And bring the hands to the space between the two brows, touching lightly the thumbs to the center. And maybe stimulating a violet color between your two brows. Your sixth chakra, sixth sense of intuition, vision. And then bow your head forward. Release your hands down onto the floor and walk your hands out in front of you. Keep your hips grounded. So reach the arms forward and the hips back at the same time. Drawing your collarbones forward, your shoulders back and down. Find as much length as you can through the spine here at this very moment. Can't speak for what we did yesterday and for what's going to happen later. Take another breath. Inhale, lift your chest, walk back. Change the cross of your legs. Shake it out a little bit. Do whatever you got to do. Try to cross the ankles a little bit further so the heels are underneath the knees. Take a breath in here, place your palms back down on your thighs. Just gently press your thighs down and out. No tension, really extra force, just a little bit of assistance. Breathe in and lengthen through the torso. And then exhale, just walk the hands forward this time. Walk it all the way out. Maybe you feel a little bit more space on this side, maybe a little less space. So a little bit more breathing. Give your body time to settle into the spaces that we're looking to find more space in. Walk your hands forward a little bit more if you have the space. No stress. Good. Inhale, lift your chest, walk it back in. Release your legs again, shake it out. Bring your feet as wide as your mat, so pinkies on the edges of the mat. Hands behind you in any direction, and just rock and roll side to side. Just gently massage the outer hip. And then come on back to center. Walk your hands or your hips back towards your hands, and then take your hands so you can bring your feet closer together. Don't touch the feet, but have the heels in line with the sitting bones. And then just grab your hands or your elbows or your wrists. Just an easy seat like you're kind of hanging out with, but not slumping your body, right? So sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Roll forward a little bit on your sitting bones. So it almost might feel like you're sitting up so tall, your arms are grabbing around so much that your feet might float off the floor, or they might not. They don't have to. Let's keep the right leg in and stretch the left leg long. Take your right hand on the inside of your right leg. Take your left arm behind you and just open up and twist to the left side. Hug the knee towards the shoulder. So as opposed to opening the knee out to the side, hug it in close. Take a breath. Keeping the foot on the inside of the leg, inhale, come back to center, and turn to the other direction. So now you can hug, or you can take your arm outside, and again, hug the arm against the thigh against the arm, rather than pulling the knee in and across at this point. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, just getting our spine a little bit warmer, so that if we're going out for any sports after this, we're open and ready. Inhale, back to center. 2 hands behind you. Okay, bring the left leg in and switch legs. So start with the arm on the inside, left arm inside. Hug the knee and the tricep together. Lift and turn towards the right side. A little lifting in the left hip is okay, not too, you don't want to be leaning over to the side. Inhale for length. Exhale into the depth. Good. Your eye gaze follows along. You don't have to overwork your neck. Inhale back to center. Switch the hands. The right arm can hug the knee, twist outside of it, and then hug your knee and your arm against each other as opposed to pulling it in or letting it fly open. Keep as much length in your spine as is available to you for the moment. And keep breathing slowly in and out. And take another breath. Come forward as you exhale. Let's bring both legs out in front of us. Separate your feet a little bit as wide as the mat. Put one hand behind you, the other hand behind you. Lift your chest up. Turn your toes up towards your face. I don't know about you guys, but since Wednesday, our workout on Wednesday, my hamstrings are still having lovely conversations with me. So hinge a little forward, and then you can keep your arms as they are, or begin to walk your hands forward, and then stop at your first points of resistance. This might feel very different in an hour, but right now you might feel a little bit stuck. Take a breath, bring your collarbones forward. Keep walking out, keep turning your toes up towards your face. Take another breath, and if you want to go further or hold on to your toes, your feet, and just give a gentle tug to your toes as you bring your heart forward. No force. Breathe in. Empty out. Good. One more breath. Inhale, pull against your toes, and lift up. Exhale once again, just bring your legs in, turn it around, come onto your hands and knees for your tabletop position. Separating your knees, hips width apart, separating your hands, shoulders width apart. Arch your back and dip your belly. You can tuck your toes or not. Exhale, chin to chest, round and curl, tailbone tucks underneath you, shoulders spread from side to side. Inhale, arch your back, dip your belly, broaden your collarbones. Exhale, round and curl, chin to chest. So we've moved our spine in a couple of directions. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round and curl. And if you're feeling energetic this morning and you want to do a little bit more, you can lift your knees off the floor and do your cat-cows that way in a hovering position. And if you're not feeling it, now I am on the tops of my toes right now. You can tuck your toes underneath. One more time. If you're in the air, come on down, find your child's pose. Reach your arms out in front of you, spread your fingers broad. Reach your pinkies to the edges of the mat, so spread across the shoulders, across the front of your chest. And then breathe into the back side of the body as well. So every breath gives us length before we twist or bend or stand upright. Take this next breath. Come forward, inhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog, hips up in the air. Inhale, come back to a tabletop, hovering for a moment. Exhale, knees down, sit back to child's pose. Inhale to hands and knees, tabletop, downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, hovering tabletop, breathe, one breath. Exhale, lower the knees, sit on your heels. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, hovering tabletop. Lower the knees. Sit on your heels. One more time, come forward. Exhale, find your downward facing dog. Spread your feet, spread your fingers. Feet and fingers are doing the same thing. So the toes are spread, the fingers are spread. The pinky edges of both the hands and the feet are pressing outward towards the outer edges of the mat. And the biceps hug the ears here, shifting the weight away from your wrists towards your heels. One more breath. Exhale, walk your hands back to your feet, back of your mat, bend your knees a lot so that the palm of the hand is firmly on the floor in front of your feet. Take a breath as you shift your weight towards the balls of your feet, towards the heels of your hands. And then, if it's appropriate, begin to straighten your legs, any amount. Bringing your head between your arms, looking upward towards your belly button or behind you between your knees. Still keeping some weight forward into the hands and the balls of the feet. Inhale and exhale. Now inhale onto your fingertips, look forward. Place your hands on your hips and rise up to standing. Feet are about hips width, maybe even wider, maybe closer. Release your arms. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, open the arms to a T. Rotate your torso to the right. Right hand down on either leg. Left arm up, pull your hips forward. Inhale, rise up. And fold forward. Come forward, don't fold. Inhale. Exhale, turn to your left side. Keeping the hips forward so you might not get as long a rotation as you'd like. Left arm down on either leg. Lift up. Push your hips forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. Walk to the top of your mat. Bring your feet together, maybe slightly separated. Bottoms of the feet down, nice and firm. Crown of the head to the sky, collarbones forward, shoulders back and down. Open your eyes, release your arms. Inhale, sweep them all the way up. Exhale, fold through center, hands to floor, shins or your blocks if you have them. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot all the way to the back of the mat. Nice, long step. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, lower your right knee to the floor. Move it back far enough that you're not sitting on your kneecap. Inhale, bring your hands on top of your left thigh. Push your hips down and forward. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead. Exhale, bring your arms behind your back. Interlace your fingers, palms together, knuckles down. Spin your back foot on its side. It doesn't have to go all the way out to the side, but it gives you a little bit of a turn so you're facing the right corner of your mat. Inhale. And then exhale, fold inside. On top of the thigh is fine. Inside the thigh is fine. Or a little further over is fine. Just keep the left hip pulling inward. So it's a little bit, more of that hugging in of the hip to the knee to the shoulder, the hip to the center line like we did a few moments ago. Take another breath. Inhale, rise up. Good. Reach the arms up. Straighten the front leg. Lift out of your heart. Exhale, rebend your front knee. Inhale, turn your toes forward and lift the knee off the floor. Look up. Exhale, step right to top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees enough that you can get yourself low. And then if it works out that you can straighten your legs, great. If you can't, that's okay too. Rise onto your fingertips, hands to heart or hips. Rise up to stand. Bring your arms by your side. Shoulders up, back and around. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold to center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot all the way back. Nice, generous step. And then lower your left knee to the floor. You can release the toes or keep them under. Inhale, hands on the thigh. Push forward with your left hip. Pressing the skin of the right thigh from the hip crease to the knee. Good, sink a little bit lower. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Palms touch. Exhale, release the hands behind your back. Move your fingers one finger over. Move your left foot a little bit off to the side. Lift your heart on an inhale, arch back. Hi, Daisy. Exhale, hinge forward on top of inside or a little further to the left side. Arms come up and back. You can hold onto a strap or towel if your shoulders are tight, but work on hugging the right hip in towards your center line. Breathe in and out. And trying to remind yourself to keep your knee over your ankle rather than shifting out of it. Inhale, rise up. Good, turn your back foot forward and straighten your front leg as much as you can, doesn't matter. Pull your heart up. Inhale. Exhale, rebend your knee, hands to the floor. Tuck your back toes underneath you, lift the knee up, look forward, step to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need. Inhale, rise to stand, bring your arms with you. Exhale, bring prayer to the heart center. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Touch palms together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale with a halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, step, step, high plank, pause. Shift a little forward. Bend your elbows, go to your knees if you'd like. Roll through or on your belly. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take some breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Getting the body nice and warm. Keeping it warm and keeping the fire stoked with the breath. Inhale and exhale. High on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Take yourself to the top of the mat, halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, ride your breath to stand all the way up. Take your hands to prayer. Exhale, prayer to the heart. So your Namaskar A, Sun Salutation A. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, step to high plank. Choose your way back to downward dog. Chaturanga, push up on your belly, knees, wherever you need to be. Downward dog, and you can always add push-ups if you have the desire. And then we stay for a couple breaths, just, again, stoking the fire, but also kind of enjoying the release of the movement. On your toes, inhale, look forward, take yourself to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, ride your breath to top. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Surya Namaskar. One more time. Inhale, bring your arms up. Good, if you know it, go on your own. Exhale, hands to the floor, shins or blocks, or follow with me. Inhale, halfway lift. We step or jump back through push-up, or we skip the push-up and we go to downward facing dog. It's all a personal choice. And when we meet in downward dog, we stay for a few moments. And find some stillness, and find some direction for the breath. And keep your mind steady. Bring your feet closer together. Inhale high on your tippy toes. Raise the right leg in the air. Lower the left heel and lower the right hip parallel to the floor. Push your right foot like it's pushing against a wall. Good. Inhale, bring your knee to your chest. Look forward. Step your right foot through. Keep your hands on the floor. Turn your back foot on its side. Warrior one is where we're aiming. So turning the back foot a little bit towards the front of your mat. Hug your right hip in towards the center. Rise onto your fingertips. And then bring your arms by your side and lift your torso a little bit off of your thigh. Square your shoulders, square your hip, or pull your right hip back. And then to push down, rise up, bring the arms overhead. Warrior one. Straighten your front leg. And rebend. So I'm touching my hands together, but you don't have to touch your hands together at all. Shoulders point forward, hips point forward. Lift your heart up. Breathe in. Straighten your front leg. Good. Rebend your front knee. And one more time, straighten the front leg. Rebend it. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands to the floor. Spin your back foot forward. Step to a downward facing dog. Just right into dog. Bring your feet a little bit closer. Inhale on your tippy toes. Exhale, lift your left leg high. Inhale, lower your right heel, lower your left hip parallel to the floor, toes down. So hug your hips to center. Bring your left knee to your chest. Come forward. Step your left foot forward. Keep your hands on the floor. Turn your back foot on its side. Couple of degrees, pointing towards the front edge of your mat. Good. Come to your fingertips and hug your hips towards center. Bring your arms by your side. Lift your torso up. Belly is lifted off your thighs. And then rise up. Bring your arms overhead. Warrior one. They don't have to touch. Straighten your front leg. Exhale. Inhale, rebend. Exhale, straighten. Think about your back foot being nice and firm. One more time, bend your front knee. There. Exhale, straighten up. Good, rebend. Warrior one, breathe in. Bring the ribs down towards the hips. Exhale, hands to the floor. This time look forward, step together, top of the mat, halfway lift. Bend your knees and hug your fingertips just hovering off the mat. Send your weight back into your heels, knees over the ankles. And then bring your arms by your side again. Breathe. So it's like a downhill skier. Inhale, bring your arms forward like a tug of war. You're sitting away from your front body. And then lift your torso up. And how high you go is up to you. Try to keep your hips low while you bring the torso and the arms up. Take a breath, push down, and rise up. And bring hands to prayer, arms by your side. Surya Namaskar B. Inhale, sweep your arms overhead, bend your knees, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold, head to the shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms, high to low plank. Lift your heart up and through, upward dog. Downward dog, hips up in the air. Without lifting your leg in the air, step your right foot forward. Turn your left foot on its side, hug your right hip in. Warrior one, inhale. Straighten your front leg, exhale. So a little variation of Surya Namaskar. Bend your front knee. Release your arms behind your back, interlace your fingers. Knuckles down, heart lifts. Good, fold on the inside of your right leg, arms down, or head down, arms up. Hug your right hip into the center. Breathe, inhale, and exhale. Good, take a breath here, but straighten your front leg. Don't worry how straight it gets. Pull the right hip back. Folding over your thigh or on the inside of your leg, one more breath. Inhale, rebend your knee, rise up. Arms overhead, warrior one. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back through your push-up or skip it and just go to downward facing dog. Or add to it. We'll meet up there. Without lifting your leg in the air, step the left foot forward, right foot on its side. Good. Inhale, rise up, arms up. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Inhale, rebend your front knee. Release your arms behind your back, one finger over from the other grip, knuckles down, heart lifts. Lean forward on your thigh, inside your thigh. If you're inside your thigh, but you're sticking your tush all the way to the left, don't go quite so far, right? So keep hugging the hip in. Bringing the arms down, squaring your shoulders. And some of you will be leaning on your thigh. Just don't put a whole lot of weight there. Keep the arms up overhead, head looking down, breathe in. and then begin to straighten your front leg as much as you can. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward again. Inhale, rebend your front knee. Lift your torso up, warrior one. Exhale, take it down through your vinyasa or right to dog. Always your choice. Downward dog. Breathe in and out. Good, come high on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Take yourself to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, bend, forward fold, excuse me. Inhale, bend your knees, chair pose, weight back, and press up to stand. Hands to your heart, arms by your side. Inhale, arms up, chair pose, exhale. Inhale, forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, step, step, take it through your push-up position or skip that again, meeting down dog. This is our updated version of Warrior One, of Surya Namaskar beat. Right foot steps forward, left foot turns on its side. Warrior One, inhale. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Inhale, bend your knee, arms behind your back. Exhale, heart lifts. Inhale, fold forward, arms up. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Inhale, rebend your front knee. Now listen here. Release your hands to the floor blocks. Take your right arm on the inside of your right foot. Adjust your back leg as much as needed when we get to this. Left hand to your hip. Open to the left side, side angle. Left arm comes up over the shoulder. So you might have to adjust your back, but I know I do because I take a wider stance in my Warrior One. So this is just the way you get to know your body, right? You know, it might be those little intricacies that only you are aware of. Look down at your toes. Inhale, rise up to stand. Warrior Two, exhale. Just for a moment, straighten your front leg. Turn your right toes to the left. Feet are in line with each other. Good, inhale. Hinge forward. Hands on the floor or blocks in between your two legs. Head comes down. Inhale, lengthen your spine. So if you easily touch your head to the floor, shorten your stance, or shorten the distance between your two legs. If it's a little bit more challenging, keep your legs wide. Fold your head down towards the floor, bringing your chest towards your thighs and shifting your weight a little bit into the balls of your feet. Good. So just hang out here for a few more breaths. Getting a little relief in the back side of the body. Inhale with a halfway lift. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips, and inhale, rise up to stand. Turn your back toes to the back of the room. Bend your left knee, Warrior Two. So I'll face you for a second. It's your left leg, and you're facing the back side of the room. So Warrior Two, left leg. Pull back with your right arm. Good. Inhale. Sink a little bit lower, exhale. Nice work. Inhale, straighten your front leg, so it's your bent leg. Exhale, find your triangle pose. Left arm down, right arm up. So I'm just facing you so you can see the camera, you can see me. Find your triangle pose, any variation with your hand on the floor or block. Reaching up and down in opposition to each other, and then hugging your waistline up and in, bringing your tailbone beneath you. Inhale, and exhale. Keep that happening for another breath in triangle. And then inhale, rise back up. Bring your feet to face the same direction, facing the left side of your mat. Inhale, turn your right foot forward. Bend your front knee, Warrior Two. Find some strength, some length. Pull back with your left arm. Right thigh parallel to the front edge of the mat, or thigh parallel to the floor, excuse me. Pull back a little more with your left arm so the shoulders will stack on top of the hips. And then there's this, lifting a little bit of that left hip on a lot of us. So if you can level out your hips, you'll keep lengthening through the waistline as well. One more breath. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Hinge forward, find your triangle pose. Bring your right arm down, left arm up. Stack your shoulders. Lift out of your waistline, pull your knees up. Heart opens up. And breathe. Inhale and exhale. Good. And then release your left arm down, bend your front knee. Step back to a downward facing dog. Inhale. Come forward to a high plank on that same breath, and as you exhale, push up or skip through it. Hips up in the air. Inhale and exhale. Good. Look forward, step your left foot forward, right foot on its side. Warrior one, arms up. Exhale, bring your arms behind your back. Shift one. Bye, ET. Have a good pickleball game. Lift your heart. Knock them out. Bring them forward. Hinge forward. Good. Warrior. Humble warrior. Good. Straighten your front leg and fold. Good. Rebend your front knee. Hands on the floor. Take your left hand on the inside or on a block. Left hand down. Right hand first to your hips. Stack your shoulders. Tuck your tailbone beneath you. And then bring the right arm up. Spread your fingers. Breathe. Reach up. Reach down. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath. Now push down. We come back up through warrior two just for the moment, and then straighten the left leg. Turn your left toes to the right. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge halfway down. Check out the knees if they're hyperextending. If they're pushing back behind you, put your weight a little bit more forward. Micro bend your knees. And then fold your hands to the floor underneath you. Inhale halfway. Let's grab the peace finger grip of our big toes. Wrap your two fingers underneath and your thumb between your fingers and your foot. Your big toe, look forward. And then empty out as you open the elbows. You elbow your way out of it. Open the elbows out to the side. Shift your weight into your front side of your body. Breathe in and out. Head down. Those of you who have a headstand practice here, might want to just bring your feet up off the floor. That is certainly available to you for another few moments. Those of us who are staying in a forward fold, take a couple more breaths. And if you're upside down, slowly begin to bring yourself back out of it. Inhale, release your hands from your feet, lengthen your spine. Bring your hands to your hips, rise up. Good. Turn your right toes, so your back toes. Bend your knee, warrior two. So again, I'll turn to the front. It's your right leg. Bend your right knee. Pull the left arm back. Right arm forward. Thigh parallel to the floor. Good. And then again, dropping that left hip underneath you so you grow longer through your side body here. Without changing your leg position, really. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, hinge forward. Triangle pose, right arm comes down, left arm comes up. We're stacking the shoulders. We're bringing the right hip underneath as we bring the pelvis level to each other. So the hip bones are facing the left side of your mat. Left side of your mat. I forgot, I turned myself around, so I have to remember that. I'm gonna go back again. Take another breath. Inhale to rise out of your triangle. Turn your right toes forward. And then turn your left toes to the front of the mat. Warrior two. Pull back with your right arm. Bring your right hip underneath you. So, as we progress in our practices, the more you practice, the more you get familiar with your body. So you'll know how to get your shoulders stacked on your hips. You'll know how to kind of move that hip so that you're not dumping into your right side body. You have more length there. One more breath. And it straighten your front leg. So I hope you'll be with me for a while. Exhale, hinge forward for triangle. I mean, there's some things I just figured out. And I'm a lot older than most of the people out there. Breathe in and out. Inhale. Exhale. So I plan on practicing my yoga for a long time to find out more. Take another breath in triangle. And exhale. Turn yourself back to the front of the mat. Bend your front knee. Step back. You can take your vinyasa here or skip it all the way back to downward dog. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, down facing dog. Inhale, rise high on your toes. Right leg up this time, open up the hip, bend the knee. Keep your shoulders and arms pointing downward. Keep your knee bent, bring your knee to the outside of the right side of your tricep. Bring your knee to the center. Step your right foot through. Turn your left foot on the side. Bring your right hand on the inside or on a block. I love the blocks now that I have them at home. I utilize them as much as I can. Rotate your torso open. Left arm up for your side angle pose. We're going to stay on the right leg, so we're not going to turn to the back of the mat for this. Look down and rise up back to your warrior two. Exhale. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Make any adjustments in your back leg if you want to shorten your stance for that triangle pose. Right arm out, right arm down, left arm up. Shoulders stack, lift out of your waistline. That same feeling of warrior two in our waistline and our side angle in our waistline. Good, inhale. Exhale, look down. Soften your front knee. Begin to take your back foot off the floor for balance, half moon. I guess I'm not balancing today. Hug your right hip in, spin your heart open. So think of it as being triangle on the floor, in the air with one leg in the air. Open up your heart hip, breathe, way up. And if you have balance today, take a look down your left leg and see your toes. They should be right in line, in your eye vision and in line with your hips. One more breath. Good. Now, release your left hand to the floor, square off your hips, turn your toes down, and step back about 2 to 3 feet for your pyramid. Shorter stance than we've been doing. Right hip goes back. Of course, blocks are always great. Lengthen your spine first. Level out your hips. Exhale, fold over your right shin. So you can walk your hands back. You can hold on to your, some of you can grab your shins, your calves, your ankles, your thighs, or you can walk your hands forward. Now, what speaks to you here? Inhale for length. Exhale, depth, fold over. Good. Inhale, rebend your front knee. Use your hands on the floor or blocks and float your left leg off the floor in an L shape, so not high, parallel to the floor for a supported warrior three pose. Hearts lifted. Inhale, step your feet together, top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, take prayer to your heart center. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, just step to a downward facing dog. Inhale on your toes, left leg in the air. This one we open the hip, but the shoulders stay square. Bend your left knee. You can explore it a little bit, and when you're ready, just settle in. Then turn yourself forward, bring your left knee to your left tricep. As high as you can, it doesn't have to touch. Bring the knee to the center. Step it on through. Turn your right foot on its side. Left hand inside or on a block, or even on your thigh. And then the right arm comes up over shoulders. Reach out of your waistline. So pay attention to your feet. They are like telltale signs of what's going on in our body. So you might be rolling off to your pinky edges of your feet. Plant your big toe down to the floor. Take another breath. Inhale, rise up, warrior two. Find that levelness. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Stay where you are or take any distance with your legs. Inhale, move your hips back, torso to the left. Reach out and find triangle pose. Once again, stacking it. Imagine you're against a wall. Sometimes it's nice to actually practice this pose and the next pose against the wall. So you can feel the points of stacking your shoulders and hips. Good. Take a breath in, bend your front knee. Take your left hand in front or to the side or on the block and begin to float your right leg off the floor. Still in that L shape. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Give yourself a little bit more opening. Yeah. Same pose as triangle, only we tilted it on its side and lifted a leg. One more breath. Exhale, right hand down. Square your hips here. And bring your right foot about 2 to 3 feet back and to the side so you're not on a tightrope. Lengthen your spine, inhale. And again, choose, do you want to be on blocks, hands on blocks? You want to have the blocks further back. You want to grab a hold of your back leg. Or you might even just feel like you want to reach your arms forward a little bit more. I mean, there's many things that I left out, so some of you will just discover your own desires. Breathe in and breathe out. Take another breath, excuse me. Inhale, look forward. Now plant your hands on the floor or blocks. Soften your front leg and float your back leg off the floor. Toes down, hips squared. So we're not opening up the hip and we're not going into a standing split. We are just L shape here. Supported warrior three pose, but hug that standing leg in. And then bring your feet together. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring prayer to your heart center. Separate your feet, bring your hands to your hips. Good. Actually, take your hands on your back and point your fingers in either direction. Fingers up will give you a nice wrist release, but if it's not feeling comfortable for you, that's okay. And then squeeze your elbows together and lift your heart up. I like to think of this as a big stability ball behind my back, or a beach ball, and I'm just lifting up and folding over it. And if you ever do that, it feels oh so good. So lift out like a camel pose. Think about keeping your hips over your knees. Lift your heart up. And then exhale, stand up. Bring your hands back to the front of your hips. Step your left foot back 2 to 3 feet. Keep your right hand on your hip, left arm up in the air. Inhale. Square your hips. Exhale, come halfway down. Shake my hand. And notice where the hips are, right? Have them parallel, so the left hip and the right hip are parallel to the floor. And then take your torso longer as you bring your left hand inside or outside of your foot shin block. Open up your shoulders, start the rotation first. Then you can float your right arm in the air and perhaps even look up at it. Leveling off your hips as best you can, and rotating through the torso as best you can. Beautiful. Take another breath. Exhale, fold over your right leg. Bring your head to your knee and round your spine. Put your forehead on top of your knee. Look upwards towards your belly button. Walk your hands forward of your right foot. Walk your hands together, touch your palms, cross your thumbs. Bring the blade side of your pinky to the earth. And then keeping the biceps by the ears as you press down through your feet, rise up to stand. Exhale, step together, hands in prayer. Hands on your hips. Step your right foot back 2 to 3 feet. So just adjust it. I just know that I tend to go wider. And then level out your hips so you can feel this right hip might want to hike. Keep your left hand down, right arm up, inhale. Exhale, hinge forward, shake my hand. Square your hips. Keep the length in the torso as you rotate the torso. Right arm inside, outside, foot shin or the block. Turn your torso first and then float the left arm up. Eye gaze up is the last thing that will happen. Two more breaths. Find a little bit more movement, a little bit more opening. Exhale, hands to the floor. Soften your left knee, head to knee. Walk your hands forward. Look upward towards your belly. And walk your hands forward, palms together. Switch the cross of your thumbs. Pinky edges of your fingers on the floor. Keep your head and knee connected. Keep your belly in, biceps by the ears. And then on this inhale, roll up to stand. Exhale, feet together, hands together at your heart. Release your arms by your side. I'm not going to make a thing out of it. Find your way to the floor. How about that? Just get to the floor. Sit down on your mat. I'm just turning the mat around a little bit for myself so you can see me better. Have a seat on the mat. With a wide leg, bring the soles of your feet together. So don't try to get your heels to your groin. Take your hands under your calves. Wrap your arms around. You can have a block to rest your head on in between your feet and fold in half here. Just open up the pelvis. Let the hips relax open. And just let go. Stay here for a few breaths, just settling in. So at this point in our practice, we usually start to unwind. So this is an opportunity to completely surrender, let go. And take a breath in and just begin to release your hands and release your head. Roll yourself up. If you had a block, just move it off to the side. Bring your feet back to the edges of your mat, and once again, just rock side to side. Come back to your center. You can keep your legs wide. Take your hands underneath your thighs and lift yourself up. We'll have an easier time of sitting up straight with your legs a little wider. Good. And if you can, stay straight. Bring your hands out in front of you. And bring your hands together. Cross your thumbs. You can cross your fingers, your pointer finger too. Little Charlie's Angel stuff here. Bring your chin into your chest and round your spine. Relax your shoulders. Scoop out a giant C curve. Take a breath and roll down slowly through your spine. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Don't skip the middle part of your back. Inhale, bring your hands up and overhead, let the hands touch the floor. Exhale, release right knee to the chest, come up, point your fingers forward, lift your left leg, point your fingers forward. And then straighten your legs and point your fingers towards your toes. If you want more, lift your hips up and reach your fingers to the ceiling for 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees to your chest, let go of your fingers, let go of your hips. Happy baby pose. Hold on to the big toe, outer foot. Rock on your spine. And then come to the center just for a few moments of stillness. Inhale, bring your knees together. Exhale, hug everything nice and close together. Take your legs to the floor. Hold on to the front of the ankles or the shins. And just windshield wiper your legs again. And then for one bridge, bring your hands to your heels or hold on to your ankles. Line up the heels with your sitting bones. Tilt your pelvis so your pubic bone points up. Inhale, lift your hips off the floor. Support is fine if you want to take a block in any height underneath your sacrum and let your body weight settle into the block for a more restorative bridge. And if you want more, you can take your hands by your shoulders, come into your big heart opener, and that's an option for some, maybe not everybody. And whatever variation you take, stay in stillness for about 3 more breaths if you can, before you make your way back out of this. Top of the head, upper mid, lower back to the floor, and we hug the knees back to the chest. Cross the right knee all the way over the left knee. Grab your ankles, shins, or toes, lengthen your tailbone. Heel to the buttocks. Now I did this yesterday in my fitness class. I felt really good. So hold on to your ankle wherever you're holding on. And then spread your legs, not your legs, but your heels apart. So pull your feet away from your center line. But keep your tailbone down on the floor. Breathe in and out. Good, then gently release your hands from your feet. They're going to come in closer. Shift your hips to the right, let your knees fall to the left. If the binding of the legs is too much for your back, in your twist under the bind. Undo your legs, come back to your center. Hug the knees in. Cross your left knee over your right knee. Grab ankles, shins, or toes. Lengthen your tailbone on the floor. So right now, pull your heels towards your buttocks. And then begin to pull your heels apart from your center. So you'll feel a little bit more in your left glute, perhaps. That would be the intention, but it may not be so. Good, now release your legs. Inhale, open your arms. Hips move to the left, knees fall to the right. Uncross your legs, come back to center. Hug everything close to your body. Good, stretch your legs out in front of you. Stretch your arms over your head. Hook your thumbs. Bring your arms to the right side. Cross your right ankle, let's cross our left ankle over our right ankle and create a little semicircle here. Keep tension out of your neck and shoulders, so don't lift your left shoulder to your ear. Good. Inhale, open up your legs. Bring your arms back to center. Cross the other thumb on top. Lift up and over to your left side. Cross your right ankle over your left ankle. And create that semi-C-curve. Right shoulder away from the ear. Inhale back to center. Open up your arms to the X of the mat, so the top edges of the mat with the arms, top edges of lower edges of the mat with your feet. Take a big breath in, envision that X of your body. Empty all the energy out through the nose and then through the mouth. So inhale Let go of all physical and mental tension as you lay your body into the security of the mat, into the open arms of the earth and the energy of the earth surrounding and supporting you. Let go. Shavasana. If you'd like to stay longer, just turn the sound off and stay on the mat. And if you're ready to make your way back, start to deepen your breath. And gently move fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Take yourself onto either side. Make a pillow for your head, rest in your fetal pose. And make your way to a comfortable seat on your own time. When you get there, bring your hands to your heart center. Bowing down, first in gratitude to yourselves for showing up on the mat. The first step is the hardest. And then bowing down to each other, to the light, the love, the beauty, the peace, the goodness within each one. Namaste. Satnam. Go in peace. Everybody have a wonderful Saturday or whenever you're watching this. Stay home, stay fit, stay healthy. Wear a mask, get a vaccine.